Today, we'll talk about measuring waves. And if you think that's boring, think twice, because people's livelihood and pride is on the line. Welcome to the Wipeout Weekly, the daily podcast for beginners, wannabe surfers, and seasoned wipeout enthusiasts. No hype, no filler, just the highs, lows, and honest truth about learning to surf and finding your place in surf culture. I'm your host, Suze Wilson. Let's go out. No way! It was a 100-foot wave. Surfline lies. It said it was going to be 1 to 2 feet, and it was 3 to 4 feet. 40 feet? No, honey. 20 feet Hawaiian. Seriously? We can send a rover to collect samples onto a distant planet, and yet we still can't measure waves accurately. I know I'm late to the party, but I've been watching Garrett McNamara's 100-foot wave. And the guys answered one of my pressing questions. Namely, how the fuck do you measure the size of a gigantic wave like Nazaré? It's complex, yet simple, according to Bill Sharp, founder of the Big Wave Challenge. He says, what you have to understand is that measuring a wave is very different from measuring a mountain. A mountain's not gonna move. You can go back and measure it today. You can measure it tomorrow. You can measure it next week. The wave is only there for that fraction of a second. And there's nothing you can ever do to bring it back. No shit, Sherlock. C.J. Macias, Garrett McNamara's brother-in-law who serves Nazaré, explained it in more detail. One takes the best photo image of a wave and decides where the bottom of the wave is and where the top of the wave is. Then, taking a guy who's on the wave surfing it and guesstimating how tall he's standing in a photo, because remember, he's crouched down, as low as he can be, and then literally placing him from the bottom to the top, counting as many times as you can. Multiply by the supposed height of the surfer, and you have the size of the wave. This is similar to a traditional marine estimation method on board boats, e.g. height of eye method. Comparing wave to horizon from trough and comparing it to non-structure. Accurate, it ain't. But I'm learning that measuring waves is subjective because it's impossible to get the accuracy within a foot, right? It's being tried, especially when it comes to measuring the world record waves. Now even drone footage is involved. There are other methods, like buoys and pressure sensors or satellite altimetry, but they are more useful for forecasts rather than measuring one specific individual wave. One thing we can all agree on is that in oceanography, wave height is defined as the vertical distance between the crest, that's the top of the wave, and the trough, that's the bottom of the wave. But when it comes to forecasting, it's not just about a single wave. Most surf forecasts refer to significant wave heights, or HSs, which is defined as the average height of the highest 1/3 of waves during a given time period. So yeah, you could absolutely have a 1-foot wave and a 4-foot wave in a set, and the forecast might call it a 2-foot day. But hey, we're surfers. We don't make shit simple. We make it more complicated, which is why we don't use one, but 3 different methods of measuring waves. We have the Bascom method, developed by Willard Newell Bascom. One stands on the beach, aligns horizon and wave crest, and measures from crest to average sea level. It is considered more fair and rational in surf report world. Then, of course, there's the Hawaiian scale, which some call traditional scale. Common in Hawaii and some pockets of surf culture. This method often measures from the back of the wave rather than full face and tends to undercall the size. For example, a wave with a 6.5-foot face might be called a 3-footer on the Hawaiian scale. And finally, face height surfable wave face method. This one measures from the point a surfer would ride from bottom of the face to crest. One article explains that a 2-meter wave, which is 6.5 feet, by the basket method might be a 1.3 meter, which is 4.2 feet, in surfable face measurement under that system. If you're using surf forecasting apps, some of them let you choose between face height or traditional Hawaiian wave height units. And this one you know already. You can also measure waves in body height references. 1 foot is ankle shin high, 2 feet knee high, 3 feet waist belly, 4 feet chest shoulder, 5 feet head high, 6 feet 1 foot overhead, 8 feet 3 feet overhead, 10 feet 5 feet overhead, all double overhead, 12 feet double overhead plus, 15 feet triple overhead, 20 feet just very, 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 very big. Nice to know that an average surfer stands either 5 or 6 feet, LOL. Lest we forget that spot and reef geometry matter. A wave that looks 6 feet at a beach break might be much bigger or smaller once you consider shallow reef, wave draw, or face steepness. Fun! At the end of the day, having a number, say 8 feet, doesn't tell you period, steepness, wind, crowd, reef, all of which affect risk and rideability. But you get a feel for the big wave riders chasing the world records when measuring whether they made it into the Guinness World Record or not, since it still remains subjective. And that's all for today. Check out the Waipai Weekly for our free newsletter, more stories and ways to connect with us. Thanks for listening. See you tomorrow for more of the Waipai Weekly.